It's been about 10 days since the surprise release of Oblivion Remastered, the Bethesda masterpiece, Elder Scrolls 4. It's one of the greatest RPG games of all time. I spent hundreds of hours of my life. I did everything. I did the quests. I did the side quests. I joined all the guilds. I killed all the guilds. I bought. I sold. I killed all the NPCs. And it was fun. I loved it. And I was excited when I saw the announcement. I immediately stopped what I was doing. I was actually mowing my lawn. I left the lawnmower. I let it just run into the street. I went into the house and I plugged down my 50 or 60 bucks or whatever it was. I didn't care. Just take my money, download this game and start it. And it was gorgeous. This Oblivion Remastered is a visual masterpiece. There's some quality of life improvements. It's the game you know and loved, and it's 2025 ready. Except for a couple little problems here. I was hoping against hope that when they did get around to remastering Oblivion, they'd fix what's, in my opinion, the three biggest problems with this game. The things that, despite the fact that I love Oblivion, I love Bethesda, I'm always going to support the next game that comes out. But for goodness sakes, there's three things that hold Oblivion back, that keep them from that Mount Rushmore of games where I put the Fallout series, where I put Elden Ring, where I put Skyrim, where I put Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom and Atari 2600 Adventure. I'm going to give you my opinion on why, sadly, three things really hold Oblivion back from being the truly great game that it could be. The first is absolutely horrendously awful melee combat. No matter what difficulty level I'm on, at the end of the day, I just find myself swinging my sword or mace or broomstick or breadstick around like a drunken sailor, hoping that maybe I'll touch something that's an enemy. It's just, of modern action RPGs, it's the most infantile, broken melee system that's ever been conceived or deployed on a AAA role-playing game. And I was just hoping that maybe they'd fix it. They'd have a better way to lock on to targets in Melee, that the camera wouldn't just go crazy all over the place, that you'd constantly lose track of where your opponents are. It's still the complete dog shit Melee combat system that we've known and loved with Oblivion. And that's a shame. They had an opportunity to fix that and really, really make that part of the game shine, and they chose not to. The second thing that I think really holds this game back is the absolutely horrific, terrible, mind-numbingly bad lock-picking minigame. That's right, the lock-picking minigame. Look, folks, it's one of those things that if you don't have the volume up on the game, if you want to play the game in silence, or you don't have like eagle eyes, eagle reflexes, you've got to make sure that as soon as that little thing clicks, you hit the button. And not everyone has the same reflexes, the same hand-eye coordination. It makes the game inaccessible for all the most Twitch-oriented gamers. And it's just not fun. There's nothing more disappointing in taking you out of the fun of the game when you're constantly running out of lockpicks, or you work hard enough to get your skills up so that you can do an easy and average lock, and sure enough, the next quest or thing that you come across has a hard lock, and you're pretty much deflated. It takes the fun out of the game. For goodness sakes, this is inexcusable to me, because Bethesda, you could have just literally just lifted and moved the lockpick minigame from Fallout, and it would have been great. Like, just steal it. It's your own thing. You're not really stealing anything. Nobody is going to come in here and say, oh, man, I missed a really terrible, horrible lockpick game from Oblivion. Why'd they replace it with one that's functional and actually works? It's never going to happen. So why did you keep this in the game? I don't understand. And while we're talking about minigames, that's also the third problem with this game. And thankfully, the third and final, but this one just really, really, absolutely sucks. And that's, of course, the persuasion minigame. Saying, hey, lockpick game, you think you're terrible? Hold my bear. The persuasion minigame is just a mess. It's an awkwardly designed puzzle that just is counterintuitive. It's not fun. It often results in just frustration. And in a moment, you're in a dialogue situation. You're trying to persuade someone to do something you want. You're trying to get to that persuasion as effectively as possible. Again, I hate to sound like a broken record, but Fallout had the right idea. You have speech skills. You have some extra dialogue trees in these situations where you need to persuade an NPC. You explore them. If you have the right the skill, you are effectively able to persuade the person. Life goes on. It stays within the context, the feel of the game. Here, it's like, hey, I got a guy. I need him to agree to do something with me. So, let's take all the immersion out, take you out, and put you in a stupid puzzle. That is just it's immersion breaking. It's maddening. And again, this is inexcusable in my opinion, because you could have just copy and pasted the correct mechanic from one of your amazing other games and put in there, and there is not a single person on earth that was going to sit there and complain that the absolutely disgustingly broken Oblivion persuasion wedge circle minigame is gone. No, I don't get it. I don't get why you're right there. You're right there. You had all the code open. You were changing the textures. You were changing the graphics. You were making quality of life improvements to the leveling system. It was right there. It was right in front of you. You could have made the change. You could have made Oblivion ascend from a great game to a legendary game, but you chose not to. I don't understand it. I'm never going to understand this decision that you made. But hey, I'm just a guy that's on YouTube. I'm not a game developer, so I guess that's how that goes. Folks, I'm curious to know, do you agree with all my points, some or none? Let's have a conversation in the comments below. Are there things I missed that you don't like about Oblivion? If you enjoy watching to my rants and my content here on the channel, please consider subscribing. I appreciate you, and I hope to see you next time on It's All Duggan Games. Sit, Duck Dragon, sit. Good Duck Dragon.